between the federal government and the National Association of Resident Doctors has once again collapsed. The resident doctors have downed their tools as no agreement has been reached between them and the government. Well, in the studio to talk about how the lingering strike could be resolved is Dr. Adamu Askira, a former president of the National Association of Resident Doctors. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me begin with the statement that the Minister for Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, made a couple of days ago, where he said he won't meet with resident doctors anymore as he has more important things to deal with. As far as he's concerned, resident doctors are being unreasonable in their demands.
Thank you very much for inviting me, and thank you, Nigerians. Actually, this question and the position posited by the Minister of Labour, I think there is a need for a rethink, considering his position. He is supposed to be a conciliator. And when you are conciliating and you're reconciling two parties, definitely you need to maintain some neutrality. And there is a need. We are working for Nigerians. We can be emotional, but we should look at the interests of Nigerians. And we are all Nigerians, and we should exhibit some sense of patriotism and commitment to the nation. The Honorable Minister has a responsibility for conciliation. So what I expected from the Minister is to have a look at what he has taken and a position, to change his position so that he can bring the parties in the dispute together and reconcile them by looking at what he has agreed earlier. Because looking at it critically, the minister has erred by taking side. He had a memorandum of action signed 113 days, over 100 days, with government side and resident doctors, both of them coming together. He brought them together. He did very well by bringing them together. They signed a memorandum of action. The resident doctors did not agree on some areas. An addendum was also done. And after over 100 days, the government side fell in implementing those actions.
Is it possible? I'm wondering why the minister would take that stance. What you're saying makes sense. If he's a conciliator, he's supposed to be in the middle.
Yes.
But I'm wondering, is it because that the resident doctors were being unreasonable? We want to know why it collapsed. And then I think it was Mamora who said that even the resident doctors should not go on strike by reason of being resident doctors. I don't know if I'm right about that.
Actually,
his argument actually is that the majority of your demands, about 18 or so of them, half of those demands have actually been met, and others are still in the process.
Let me give you a nutshell. The truth is, even day before yesterday and yesterday, for 2 days, the Speaker of the House of Representatives had mandated, convoked a meeting of reconciling the parties. And even in those meetings, for over 24 hours, it was realized by the House Committee on Health Institutions that all of those demands were not met. The demands were not made. Okay. After over 100 days, the demands were not made. And that was why, and between those times, the resident doctors had been following up to make sure that those demands are met so that there will not be, the members will not re-agitate again, because they suspended the strike.
Viewers, help us understand exactly the most important aspects of these demands that have not been met. And I'd like you to address the fact that talks again have collapsed. What next?
Okay, actually, the demands could be divided into two.
The most important ones.
They are all important. Oh. They are all important because the demands, let me tell you, these demands of resident doctors, in a nutshell, it has depicted the fact that in Nigeria, in governance, in the health sector, there are two components. It depicted that many people that are saddled with responsibility to run the health sector, they are not patriotic. Even this strike is born out of patriotism from the resident doctors. I'm not saying that
because the NMA, the Nigerian Medical Association.
Exactly, even the Nigerian Medical Association, I'm a chairman of Young Doctors, national chairman for NMA, for young doctors. And even the NMA is not happy with the fact that memorandum of action has been signed and government side refuse to actually fulfill their one part.
So in one word, what next?
Let me tell you the truth.
There's no more time.
What next?
Just what next in one word?
Okay, the way forward is that you cannot hold people's salaries without paying them while they are working. And you are saying that you have honored your memorandum of action. That has not been done.
All right.
They have been working for months, no salary. After that, and they have been working again, no salary for another 3 months.
Dr. Adamu Askira, we will leave it there. Sorry, that's all the time we have for this particular interview. Thank you so much for being here.